Hello everybody and welcome back to Entertainment on Point. I am so glad that you could join us tonight. I'm your host, Marley Pinchak.
And I'm Sarah Ray-Wisniewski.
So Sarah, how was your week? How has it been?
Very tiring. I am going to visit some friends this weekend, so I've been looking forward to that all weekend. So the week has been very long.
Very long. I pulled my first all-nighter in a while last night, and it was painful to say the least. So you're okay for the first few hours until midnight, I'd say, and then you just hit a mental roadblock at like 2 a.m. and you're like, oh my God, I can't get out of this. And then it's so weird because at 4 it's, oh my God, I have so much energy now. And then in the morning, go through classes and I'm a walking zombie. So that's...
Sorry to hear that.
It's fine, it's okay. But no, I'm gonna have a long sleep tomorrow.
Oh yes, sleep all day.
I'm so looking forward to that. Oh my goodness. Well, Sarah and I have posted on our Entertainment on Point Instagram. We asked you guys to ask us some questions to get to know us, a little EOP host get to know me type thing. So we're gonna try to get to all of your questions. Sarah, you want to pick one first?
Okay, so the first question is, what are your astrology signs and do you feel like you relate to them?
Oh.
You can go first.
Okay, so I am an Aquarius. I think I have a good relationship with the Aquarius sign. They are energetic, they're comfortable with opening up, with their emotions and just creating bonds with people. And I do that. Honestly, it's so crazy. If I was on a bus, if I was, just walking down the street and I run into a stranger and start having a conversation with them, I'll tell them my whole life story. I'm just very personable and open. And yeah, I would say I relate.
Yeah, I feel like that fits. Yeah. Well, I'm a Capricorn, which they're very hardworking people and put motivations before feelings and are very suck it up, get over it, don't be sad. If I'm sad about something, no one will have any idea. I will keep it to myself and put on a face and continue to get stuff done, and I feel like that describes me perfectly.
Yeah, I mean we're total opposites. Because I am such, oh my goodness, my water wells, bam. I mean, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I mean, that's just me though, but it's cool. Yeah. Next question.
All right, so our next question is, what are your biggest pet peeves?
Oh,
I like this one.
I told Sarah Ray this. I had this locked in since I was about 8 or 9. I cannot stand when someone tries to tell me how to feel. When someone tries to say, if I'm mad about something or if I'm sad about something, and they say, oh, there's no reason for you to be mad. Well, if there wasn't a reason for me to be mad, then why am I mad? It's just, I don't know, that always got on my nerves.
Well, I personally am a waitress, so I get annoyed by literally everything. So, anyone who stays in a restaurant past close, automatically on my hit list. Anyone who doesn't let me finish a sentence or just do my job or tip me more than 10% would be nice.
Yeah.
So I could go on all day, so I'll just stop now. But being a waitress causes a lot of annoyances in my life.
I know, we were talking a little bit about before the show, but what do I get annoyed with? And you're like, oh, I can't think of just one. I get annoyed all the time. But I mean, I was a waitress before too, and those daily struggles, girl. Seriously. Yeah. Well, next one.
Okay, so our next one is, where is somewhere you've always wanted to travel?
Oh, I love thinking about this one because when I'm stressed, I take my mind to Aruba, to Greece. Yes. Just take my mind away. Goodness, Greece. I'm gonna say Greece.
Very Mamma Mia. Is that Mamma Mia?
Yes. Mamma Mia. The architecture, the ocean. It's, oh my goodness.
Beautiful. It's so one of those places where you're that can't actually exist.
Yeah.
You're that has to be just in the movies, and there it is. People actually go there.
Exactly. I swear it's only on my painting in my grandma's living room. Yeah, that's not a real place, but would love to go there. What about you?
I am a big like traveler, but like never been anywhere. Like once I graduate, I want to like travel. Ideally, I love California. I'm obsessed with the idea of like going to California and like living your dreams. Like love that. Yeah. But I'm also into like the tropical places, and you know, like Paris, Rome. Like yeah, I just want to go everywhere.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Oh, we need to book a trip.
Yes, we should.
Let's book a trip. Yes. Well,
Marley and I went down to Market Square this week to try all different pumpkin spice lattes from different coffee shops. Check it out.
Hey guys, we are here in Market Square to taste test some pumpkin spice coffees from Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Gloria Jeans. Come on with us. My treat. I'm so excited. So I'm looking forward to seeing which pumpkin flavor tastes more authentic, which tastes more artificial. Let's see. Next up, Dunkin'.
We're gonna rate them 1 to 5 stars and see which one is the best pumpkin spice in Pittsburgh. It's surprisingly like very creamy.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 4.7.
Wow.
I know, that's high. I mean, this was amazing. This was good. No, it didn't have the cute little decorations that we saw the other baristas putting on theirs, but just the taste in itself, it's so light, creamy, and it's not overpowering.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give mine a solid 4. Just because I do love my whipped cream and such, like the little toppings, but I still think it was really good. But I don't want to give it a 5 yet because I gotta see how the other ones compare.
Exactly. We have to wait.
That's so different. Wow. Okay, see, I'm not getting any pumpkin. I'm getting solely cinnamon.
Yes, yes.
So I think I'm gonna give this one a 3.5. Because I do like it and I would order it again. Yeah. But like if I was looking for something pumpkin-y, I probably would order it.
I'm gonna say a 3.1. And again, that's just because it's solely cinnamon, and I feel like I'm about to put in my Christmas tree and not carve pumpkins.
No. That is bad. That is gas station coffee. It really is. Starbucks for the win. Well, if you're looking for your pumpkin spice.
Yes, if you're looking for your pumpkin spice lattes, Starbucks or even Gloria Jeans, because they did
close second.
They did close second. Well, that wraps up our pumpkin coffee taste test. I had so much fun doing this.
Me too.
It was so good. And now we found that we like hot pumpkin drinks.
We do. Our minds.
I love that. And that was the goal. Well, if you guys ever want to see more taste test videos, let us know, because I would love to do another one.
Yeah, me too.
Exactly. So we'll see you guys next time. All right, we have to go to a really quick break, but stay tuned. Our EOP reporters will be back to dish about the last American Idol engagement, deets on a former One Direction member's new songs that has fans coming up with different theories, and a Pittsburgh event that you will not want to miss. Stay tuned.
Go. Go to our new website, uview.plainpark.edu. Go, 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 go.
Join UView and find your herd.
Be like, join EOP. And 3, 2, join EOP.
I was just saying, grab them now, or else I can stuff.
Yeah.
Join on point with politics. 3, 2, 1.
Join Pioneer Sideline.
Loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Welcome back to EOP. Our reporter Sarah Yobi has everything you need to know about a musical comedy horror film coming to the Berg.
Thanks, Sarah. Point Park University's SAEM Club is hosting their second annual showing of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is being held at Point Park's JVH Theater in Thayer Hall. Doors open October 25th through the 26th at 8 p.m. You can also catch a showing at midnight on the 26th. Senior SAEM major Jeremy Rowland is the director of the production as well as the arts coordinator for the club. He filled me in on all the inside details of the show. Last year, they only were able to have 2 weeks of rehearsal, but this year they've had at least a month to practice. Rowland mentions that the club is hoping for it to become an annual event. He also let us know that guests can expect a fun and more interactive show that's different from what students usually see on campus. How will they do this? Using prop bags. Prop bags include plenty of fun stuff for the audience to interact with the cast during the show. Tickets are free, but prop bags are being sold for $3 at the door, and the club does accept Venmo. It is sure to be a great weekend leading into the spookiest week of the year.
So that sounds so much fun. I love whenever events really take initiative and try to get that relationship with the audience. And those bags, they're going to be fun.
That's so cool. I've never it's probably done before, but I haven't heard of it. And so when he told me that, I was like, oh, that's going to be cool.
Yeah. I saw it last year when they did
you?
it. It was so fun. I mean, have you guys seen Rocky Horror ever?
I have not.
No, I have not.
You guys have to go because it is a show you'll never see before.
Oh my God,
it's interesting for sure.
Yeah, little date this weekend.
Yes,
Super
little
cute.
girls' night.
Yes.
So does it incorporate dancing and stuff like that, or?
It's more movement, I would say. I don't know about intense dancing, but acting for sure.
Okay.
But expect to see lots of cool costumes and such, I'm sure.
It's gonna be super cool.
Now, for all of you American Idol fans, you must know last season's runner-up, Gabby Barrett. Well, she is actually a Pittsburgher herself. She announced some pretty great news revolving around her love life, and our reporter Lindsay Carson has all the juicy details on that.
Congratulations are in order for Pittsburgh native Gabby Barrett, who just got engaged to Cade Fodner. Gabby and Cade met while they were competing on American Idol in 2018. Cade proposed to Gabby at the hotel they met at when they were filming the singing competition. Not only did Gabby find her future life partner on the show, but she also found some success with her music career. Since coming in 3rd place on American Idol, Gabby has released quite a few singles and an EP, and it doesn't seem like she'll be leaving the music scene anytime soon. Speaking of the music scene, Point Park is known for having some very talented students. And according to signs around campus, they can now showcase their talent every Thursday night at Wolfie's Pub. Wolfie's will be hosting an open mic night every Thursday night starting at 7 p.m. This ongoing event was put together by Point Park's record company, Pioneer Records. However, if the theater is more your speed, Point Park is going to have a lot of interesting shows this theater season. The conservatory will start previews on November 7th of its run of Much Ado About Nothing at the Pittsburgh Playhouse. The play is being directed by Stephen Wilson, and according to the Playhouse's website, it is, quote, known as one of Shakespeare's most endearing comedic works. Audience are sure to experience laughs, a few jaw drops, and as they journey through Shakespeare's timeless plot twists, unquote. The show will run until November 17th.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I was so happy for Gabby whenever I saw her posts on Instagram. Oh my goodness, they are the cutest couple. And have you heard Cade's new song? It was like, baby, let's do this. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Oh, Sarah, yeah, I remember Sarah knows it. Oh my goodness, it is such a bop. But her music career is going to go so far.
Oh yeah, she is so incredibly talented.
Yes.
You just know that she has that star quality, so she's definitely going to go far.
Yes. Oh, and her wedding dress. Oh, it was all lace and so beautiful. And that little dainty headband. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. But Wolfie's Pub, that is such a great opportunity.
Right. I mean, so many students here, even if they aren't in the conservatory, they sing, they write music. It's such a great place to showcase your talent. It's right in the heart of downtown too. So they're going to get a lot of traction.
Exactly. Yeah. I know a couple people who are actors, and even not even in the musical theater realm at all, but they just love to sing. And this is just, it's such an amazing opportunity. And what better place than downtown Pittsburgh? They have everything.
Exactly.
Well, thanks so much, Lindsay. All right. Well, right now, where are my Harry Styles lovers at? Well, he just released a new song that's climbing the charts, but raising a lot of questions along the way. Our reporter, Maddie Gillespie, has a story on that.
Harry Styles recently released a new single titled Lights Up, along with a music video that has many fans trying to figure out the deeper meaning. This debut comes after a series of posters mysteriously appeared around various cities, each reading, "Do you know who you are?" While his name wasn't on the posters themselves, fans were right about him being behind them, as this was one of the most repeated lines in Lights Up. In the video, Styles is seen dancing with his shirt off in a group of both guys and girls and riding on the back of a motorcycle. Some fans believe that him dancing shirtless and sweaty with both genders is symbolic of his hidden sexuality. One rationale behind this claim is that every time the light flashes while he's dancing in the group, the genders of the dancers switch. When the lights are brighter, he's with primarily females, and when the lights dim, he's seen dancing with males. This wouldn't be the first time that his sexuality was called into question, as it has been speculated on since he first rose to fame in 2010. The motorcycle is also seen as a symbol for a past rumored relationship. Former bandmate Louis Tomlinson has long been linked romantically to Styles, despite both of them shooting down rumors of such affairs. However, Louis Tomlinson's latest music video begins with a man riding a motorcycle, and the primary colors used are red, black, and white. The motorcycle scenes in Lights Up were shot at night, and the only source of light is red. Coincidence? Maybe. This new single has fans around the globe, including myself, extremely excited about his new album and what's to come in the future.
Oh, my Directioner heart was crying over this. When I saw all the posters and stuff, because I still follow like fan accounts and stuff. So when I saw them posting like all these little like secret things, I was like, something's coming, man. Like, what's it gonna be? And then bam, this. Couldn't handle it.
I was so excited. I was up at midnight watching the music video release, like just sobbing. I was so happy about it. Like I went to his, the Harry Styles' first tour, his first album. I camped out 14 and a half hours to be able to get barricade, front row at that concert in Hershey. It was the best night of my life, and I'm so excited for his second album.
Y'all are devoted. I love it. Oh my goodness. And I was always a Niall girl, but he's not in the topic of discussion right now. Anyway, his new song, it's climbing the charts. It's a bop. But, you know, like you were talking about in your story about, you know, his sexuality coming into play with it. And, you know, him releasing it a day before National Coming Out Day. What does that mean, you know?
I kind of like that he's, not that he's saying anything anyways, but he's not like coming out and saying like, I'm whatever. Like, he doesn't have to say anything.
Oh, no. Yeah,
which is good. Like, let him live, man.
Exactly.
But, like, it is fun to speculate, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, no, exactly, yeah. And our co-producer, Maddie, we were talking a little bit about this on our radio show. And, you know, him from such a young age being in the spotlight and everything, he has had so much speculation, you know, over the years growing up so young. So, I don't know. You know, I don't think he's going to feed into it is what I'm trying to say.
And he shouldn't have to. That's what I'm saying. I like that.
I like how he hasn't like strictly defined it yet. Like he's just letting it kind of open, and like he just is who he is, and that's how he wants it to be.
Exactly. Oh, yes. Well, for all of your hot steaming tea and lifestyle entertainment, we've got you covered. We have to go to a quick break right now, but when we return, Evan Lorent's movie panel is going to debate about the most absurd horror films in honor of spooky season. We'll be back.
What's one word to describe CAB?
Welcoming.
Community.
Creative.
Experiences.
Family. Openness.
Pineapple.
The Campus Activities Board is a student-run organization that consists of 7 different committees. Each focuses on event planning, marketing, and administrative activities. Join us in organizing the juiciest events on campus, from late-night bingo to festive dances to our team bonding meetings. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Point Park Cap, or like us on Facebook at Campus Activities Board at Point Park University.
Good evening and welcome to Newsnight. I'm Josh Troop alongside Jess Paterchak.
Defending his decision to kick out 15 Cuban diplomats from the United States.
Thanks, Allison. Fitness on Demand has returned to Point Park.
Residents fear that Mount Agung will have a repeat of 1963's eruption.
Two-star NFL quarterbacks made the headlines this week after wrapping up.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's your news tonight. For Nick Tomarello, I'm Alex Grubbs. Have a great night.
Can't keep doing that. I'm getting sick of this. But last week, we discussed the best of the best with the horror villains and horror franchises on, you guessed it, Film Forecasters. Today, we're going to look at the polar opposite spectrum of the horror genre. Today, we're going to look at the most absurd, so bad they're good, so bad they're terrible horror movies in the horror franchises and individual installments. You could pick whatever, but first, let's introduce our panel. We've got the rookie on the panel, Sarah Yobi.
Me.
Lindsay Carson, you're making your second appearance, I believe.
I think this is my third, but it's fine.
Oh, and thank you last week for doing the signal on the from the radio waves.
Yes,
we got you in here. And we got Ray.
Yep.
Ray Hazenstab. Hazenstab. Close enough, Ray. Last minute adjustment. You're the backup, but we're gonna make you the starter after tonight, and you're gonna make your reoccurring segments on here.
Interesting you use the term starter from a guy who's normally done sports stuff, but whatever works.
That's why we need you. Next man up. All right,
Exactly.
without further ado, just simple as it is, what is the most absurd horror film in your opinion?
Simon Says came out in 2006. It is just your classic friends going camping, guy at the gas station says, you want to turn around, it's spooky up there, and they're like, that guy's crazy, he's weird, and then they all get chopped up into pieces. It's classic.
You go into the woods in horror films, and it's never a good sign. I don't
Yeah.
think anything's ever, good to come out of it. Friday the 13th, Cabin in the Woods.
Blair Witch.
Blair Witch, Cabin Fever.
Yeah, Cabin Fever's another quality horror movie.
Yeah, they're never go in the woods, never hike alone. When you go to some abandoned campsite or wherever a psycho killer was born, drowned, and he haunts there. But
True.
Lindsay, what is the most absurd horror film in your opinion?
I think the most absurd horror film is It Follows. I believe it came out in 2014.
Yes.
It's basically a horror film about STDs. You sleep with someone and this person, so it starts with a guy and he had this demon following him, and then he sleeps with his girlfriend and he has to tell her that the demon's now following her. And basically you can go as far as you want. The demon's only walking, but eventually it'll catch up to you. And if you don't keep running away from it, it'll kill you. So either she has to decide if she wants to keep dealing with this or pass it on to someone. It's just really weird.
It's an interesting concept, and it's kind of terrifying too. What if there's something always after you, even though it's walking constantly after you that only you can see and no one else can see? But that movie, it reminded me a lot of the original Halloween when I watched it. You know how Michael Myers in the first installment, basically he's called The Shape, and he just follows and he just walks, and I think there has to be some inspiration there because the synth soundtrack in both sounds similar. I don't know. It's a lot of another interesting thing about it is you don't know what decade it's set in because you think it's the 80s for a while, and then you think it's current, and then there's a part where they pull out this, I guess it's a cell phone seashell thing, and you're like, what is, or like an oval shape.
Right. Yeah.
It looks like a
very
seashell kind of.
outdated.
Yeah. Or it was like a futuristic looking thing.
That's true.
Yeah. Ray, what is the most absurd horror film in your opinion?
To me, the most absurd would have to be the original 50s version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. The pods, and combined with the whole theme of, I almost call it Cold War, fear, the Red Scare. That steeps so much into it, and trying to see it nowadays just doesn't make as much sense as it would have back in that time.
The concept of that is also terrifying. It's, what if one of us is possessed by some alien and we don't know who it is? It takes the form of anyone. That's what, there was a 2008 movie. There was a 78 remake or 79 remake there was a 2008 movie similar called The Invasion.
It's just strange to see that movie remade now, considering the theme that was prominent in the original.
All right. Moving on to our next topic, are there any movies that you know are not good, but you enjoy them as like guilty pleasures?
Oh God.
I don't know. I don't know if you'd consider it not good, or you consider it good. But for me, it's Soylent Green. There's no real horror like the slasher film, but the biggest horror is knowing. Well, I'm not going to spoil the ending for those of you who haven't watched, but knowing the ending and what is Soylent Green. When you know that, it's like
don't drink the Kool-Aid. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Something. It's a hard movie not to discuss without spoiling, so we can't really, you know.
Yeah, but the depth of it is what really stands out to me, because it makes you think.
Lindsay?
Yeah, mine's also kind of one that makes you think. I like psychological thrillers a little bit more. I believe it's called ATM, and Josh Peck is in it.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not the best movie, but then when you get to the end, not to spoil it, but when it shows his whole plan, that was what kind of gets me. It's very interesting.
It's a Christmas horror film, too, because they're coming from a Christmas party.
It's like Krampus.
Another good one.
Didn't even know there was such a thing, but oh well.
Krampus!
Yeah, but ATM, I thought that was pretty intense. Like, you don't know, I'm not going to spoil it, obviously, but you don't know what the killer's doing at first.
Right,
These three people are stuck inside an ATM. I don't know if it's by Christmas or on Christmas, and they have to get money, and they look outside and there's a dude just standing there. So it's has a lot of surprises in it too.
Right,
and it's set in one for a little bit at the beginning in the car, but for most part in one location.
Yeah.
That's what's really effective about that film.
So there's a few that I think are just like so stupid. I love to watch them. Cabin Fever, classic. Horrible horror movie. Could watch it all day. Also, Cloverfield Lane, is it 10 Cloverfield Lane? It makes no sense. And it's just like very not greatly done. So I'm just like, I could watch it like 10 times though. Because it's like you have to keep watching.
We discussed on our one panel about that in our trilogies and how that it's a great concept, but the thing that ruins it is that they tried to tie it to the original Cloverfield movie. It had nothing to do with it. And at the last minute, apparently they just slapped the Cloverfield title on it just to get some connection. It was originally called The Basement or The Cellar or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, but at the last minute, they tried to get some connection and make it a sequel. Moving on to concepts working, but the concept on paper is bad. Something you wouldn't think would be a good film that ends up being really good. Can you think of anything like that?
Oh, well, were you asking me? I'll answer.
Anyone.
I'll answer. So The Ring is like the spookiest movie of all time. But like you think like some crazy lady crawling out of a TV is not like that scary. You know what I mean? Because then you're like, you watch the news and everything's scary and it's basically crazy ladies on TV. But actually in real life, that is like one of the spookiest movies ever, for sure.
You're gonna have to come back to me.
The one that immediately popped in my head when you mentioned it, it was terrifying at the time and still pretty scary now. The Exorcist. Considering how much it was based in reality and how
loosely based on
events. It's loosely based on reality, but even seeing it now, it's pretty freaky. But considering just as well back then, yikes.
It was new for the time too. Before then, like the possession haunting movies were nothing, intense, but then you get slapped with that. But before we go, really quick, my favorite and most absurd horror film. The concept is crazy, but it's a really good film. Have you ever heard of Bubba Hotep?
Whoa, what?
It's called Bubba Hotep. It was released in 2002. It stars Bruce Campbell. He was in the Evil Dead movies. Bear with me. It's about an Elvis impersonator who's in a retirement home, and he's of old age. He says he's the real Elvis, and he apparently switched bodies with the other Elvis. And he befriends someone in that same retirement home that's an African-American guy saying he's John F. Kennedy. Together, they team up in the retirement home to find out why everybody's getting killed. There's disappearances, people get found dead in their room, and it's not of old age. In the bathroom stall, they find hieroglyphics and come to the conclusion that it's a mummy dressed as a cowboy. So, and they fight each other.
That
but
makes sense.
you have to watch it. It's a great movie. It has lots of themes. It's not really scary, but the thing that sticks out about it is the performances and the themes of aging in a culture that isn't ready to move on from. All right, that is all the time that we have today. Our people behind the scenes they're getting excited for Halloween because next week we're going to have a really cool segment. We're not doing it next week? Oh, I guess we have something else in mind, but if I don't see you again, have a safe and happy Halloween, but by the looks of it, we might be back. All right, that's all the time that we have for today. Have a happy Halloween if I don't see you again, because I'm getting nervous.